The bottom line is, though, we are being stolen from. Jesus came that we might have life. Zoe, God kind, God quality of life. So it's time that we take a good, long, hard look at our lives and say, where does it not line up with the word of the living God? And then quit taking what we see, what we feel, and what we hear as truth. There is one truth. His words are truth. And you got to settle that. What's truth? Is he true, or is what you feel true? Is what he said true, or is what the doctor said true? See, what you see, what you feel, what you hear, those are facts, but they are not the truth. But this is the truth, and this will change your circumstances. And you do it just like Abraham did. Was Abraham and Sarah over the hill? Well, some of y'all know that. Was Abraham and Sarah over the hill? Were they of childbearing age? Had Sarah had previous children? Was it possible for her to have children? No. But God came and he said, I call you the father of many nations. I'm going to give you all of this land and all of your descendants. And he's looking, all of my descendants. You must mean, oh, I know what you mean. You mean my servant. My servant. He's the one who's, God said, no, I'm going to give you a son. And Sarah heard it and started hysterical laughter. She said, oh, that would be like me. If you came and told me, you're going to have a baby. You'd have to pick me up with smelling salts first. But if God said, so be it. Please don't say that. I've confessed for years my name is not Sarah. But you know what? It had to be. It had to be. It had to be something outlandish for people to know that it was God. It's a God thing. You take two accidents going someplace to happen, and God turns our life around. It had to be that way. You had to know that God, if God can do that for Alan and Terri Crider, he can do that for you. If he can take an alcoholic and turn him into a preacher, he can do that with you. He can do all things. All things are possible with God. But you got to quit looking at the circumstances. If I had looked at the circumstances a year ago, my husband would be in heaven. Good for him, but lousy for us. You know, I just being with my father in the faith, I told him, I said, I am so thankful. I'm thankful to my heavenly Father that he took my husband into a Kenneth Copeland meeting when he was 3 sheets to the wind, sobered him up to hear the word of the living God, and taught us how to walk by faith. Taught us that no matter what we see, no matter what we feel, his word will always work. If I'll hang on to it, if I'll grab it, if I'll say, no, I don't believe anything but the word of the living God. If I'll close my ears and close my eyes to the things that I see in the natural and open them to the eyes of the Spirit, I know that all things are possible. And so we saw Alan raised from the dead. We saw him healed and whole when he shouldn't be here doing anything. They said the best prognosis would be life in a nursing home. Well, he's far from that. Far from that. He's whole. And you say, but he's still... No, he's whole. And when we all get in one mind and one accord, you'll see it. It'll happen right here. That voice will come back and he'll be whole right in front of our eyes because God said. God said. So you can either look at him and say, well, he's not. Yes, he is. You're just not looking in the right way. You're not looking at him through the word.